Higher education is not a luxury, it is an economic necessity. I want you to know that I have not just talked the talk, we have walked the walk.
Well, that's the president in Columbus, Ohio, bragging about his administration's efforts to improve education. And you got to love the lofty language, talking to all those educated folks. This administration also loves waivers, by the way. Have you noticed? Waivers for Obamacare, waivers for welfare work requirements, maybe. Often overlooked are his waivers to the biggest bipartisan education legislation in more than a half century. No Child Left Behind. No Child Left Behind. How many waivers? 33 states and D.C. have gotten waivers, granted exemptions from the law, specifically its requirement that all students be proficient in reading and mathematics by the year 2014. All students. Proficient? Are you kidding me? And 33 states and D.C. can't even get close? Why? Because teachers and students aren't reaching the goals of the legislation. Nearly half of all schools, 48% of them, 48% of those schools missed their targets under NCLB over the past school year. President Obama also loves to spend taxpayer money, but federal education spending has already quadrupled over the last half century. In the 1960s, the government was spending, well, about $2,800 per student, $2,800 per pupil. Now, the government is spending more than $10,000 on students. $10,000 in 2012. American students, well, they get something for that. American students rank 14th. 14th in reading proficiency. And I want to thank the producers for not mentioning my spelling proficiency among developing countries. 25th. We're 25th in mathematics. When that test was first administered back in 2000, the United States ranked 15th in reading, so we have improved immeasurably, and 19th in math. So we have gone backwards in mathematics, and we have managed to improve by one slot in reading proficiency. By the way, we spend more money per student than any other developed nation in the study, except Luxembourg. Luxembourg does spend more than we do. And it's really taxpayer money and property taxes that is funding our public schools, not the federal government. Now, that's kind of interesting because all you hear from, it seems, is the president, the Department of Education, and the left loves to demonize the 1% in this society. We've never quite figured out who they are. But our public schools receive just 10%. 10% of their money from the federal government. The feds, we will call them. That compares to 46% from the state and 46% from the states and 44% local. Now, the majority of that, by the way, local money comes from property taxes. So who do you think who should have the biggest say in public education in this country? Should it be President Obama? Should it be the Department of Education and the federal government? Should it be the teachers' unions? Or maybe, perhaps, the tens of millions of taxpayers in this country who pay 90% of the bill for schooling? I would just offer this thought to both candidates, Governor Romney, President Obama. When it comes to education, would you please do all of us a favor? Begin to think local.